Sholmes, I think you should follow in Kikyo's footsteps and become a private detective. There's something to be said for structure and teamwork, but once you start to rely on that structure, that's when you'll get lazy. Work on your own like Kikyo, and you'll have to fend for yourself. You'll be tested to hone your wits and instincts. Do that, and you'll have a bright, crime-solving future ahead of you. I'm sure of it.
Why, yes. When you put it that way, it's elementary. I'll dedicate myself to becoming a great private investigator, just like Aunt Kikyo.
What is this nonsense? A fine pair you make.
Heinkel!
You may come from a great family, but don't let that go to your head, you mewling little upstart. Perhaps you've been caught up in this fool's starry-eyed dreams, but to seriously recommend that my dunce of a nephew become a P.I.? Just the load I'd expect from a know-nothing glutton like you, idiot.
Heinkel, don't you think you're being a bit harsh?
Shut your mouth, maggot! Persist in this idiocy and you will face me in battle. Are you prepared for that? Fine then, but do not harbor any delusions that you will walk away from this unscathed, idiot. You stand before the knight Argent Heinkel, former commander of the Eternian Sky Knights, alias the Iron Wall of Unahana, alias the YHPD's hard-boiled Inspector Heinkel. Justice will be served!
Let's give him all we've got!
Here goes nothing!
This is the end for you!
stumbled on the path to justice. I can't believe I lost. You're stronger than you look.
Who are you?
The game is up, Whitson. There's no place for you to run.
What?
You always hated it when I followed my Aunt Kikyo's lead, using my instinct to deduce the truth. That's because you were always afraid that I just might notice something suspicious about you. Like the fact that you observed a certain feature of this fort when we worked here 2 years ago, as well as...
Ha ha ha! Looks like the ruse is up then.
Whoa!
When your biggest dream was to be some glorified flatfoot, I thought I could let it slide. But I knew I'd be in trouble once you started to truly hone your keen intuition.
What have you done with Heinkel?
I don't have to answer to you. If you care so much, find him yourself.
Get back here! A secret passage. So this is how the perpetrator...
So they found the real Heinkel tied up in one of the fort's hidden corridors?
Yeah. I'm just relieved that he wasn't hurt. Sholmes says he was lured out by a false promise of information, then ambushed and taken captive.
But in the end, we still don't know the truth of what happened?
Well, thanks to Inspector Heinkel's investigation, several facts have come to light.
Lord Gulliver's murder was the sole work of Madame Goldigga, who was after his fortune from the beginning. She heard about the hidden corridor from Whitson. Apparently those two have a history together.
She just happened to hear about it?
Whitson mentioned the corridors when Lady Goldigga told him that her husband planned to purchase Starkford. Perhaps he also mentioned how ideally suited it was for staging the perfect murder.
A murder she then decided to carry out.
Whatever he knew or didn't know, Whitson hurried to the crime scene under the pretense of investigating with Sholmes. Then Madame Goldigga misread his intentions, thinking he was there to help her. She tried over and over to get him on her side. In the end, she even tried threatening him, though we'll never be sure with what.
But what about the note we found? I shall follow where you go.
There were quite a few theories flying around about that note, weren't there? The Madam might have written it, or...
The truth seems to be that Lord Gulliver wrote that note himself.
He did?
I guess coming to Starkford and getting caught up in its history sparked the creative urge in him. That note was from a novel he was working on. They found the continuation of it with the rest of his belongings.
Oh, so it was just a red herring.
Forgive me. It's my fault for jumping to conclusions like I did.
Apologizing for a bad hunch? Who are you, and what did you do with the real Sholmes?
I'll take that as a compliment. I've opened my own detective agency right here in Unohana, following in my Aunt Kikyo's footsteps. I've solved a number of cases already. The police have even come to enlist my services as a consulting detective.
Moving up in the world, aren't we?
But wait, I smell a new case brewing.
What? Where?
I just saw Unohana's finest hurrying off in quite the rush. Given their numbers, it must be something big. One of Aunt Kikyo's blades. Go it alone this time, is it? It seems she wants me to handle this case on my own. I'd best get started then.
Huh. He's turned out to be the real deal. Oh, Kikyo.
He always had a good sense for catching the relevant details of a case, but he's also surprisingly good at looking beyond his own preconceived notions. He even comes out with some shocking deductions at times. I don't know if it's true that blood will out, but he just might very well live up to the legacy of our family. I would not be surprised if he ends up even surpassing his grandfather one day, even if he lacks somewhat in the areas of common sense and social graces. Always calling me dear Aunt Kikyo. I feel obligated to come to every crime scene with a batch of freshly baked chocolate chip cookies.
Sounds to me like you're pretty proud of him.
It seems you chose well, Idia. Everything's working out wonderfully.
Yep. Not bad if I do say so myself. And I'm relieved that I gave Sholmes good advice for his future, too.
Excuse me, can I get a soybean mochi and another cup of strong tea?
Make that 2.
One for me, too. Let's make it 5 sets.
Coming right up!
But there's only 4 of...